Well, there's going to be a very significant competition for one big market, and that is the power generation market. So the gas industry and the coal industry have been locked in a struggle for the last 4 or 5 years.
I've seen documentaries and I've read things to where the fracking liquid is dangerous and that it pollutes the environment. But then I've heard from the other side, I've heard from the industry people that it's 99% water.
The coal industry is every gallon of water that leaves a mine in the state is subject to scrutiny and reporting, and if they exceed their standards, for example, they may have a standard to discharge iron at half a milligram per liter. If they exceed that, they get some big fines. I mean, millions of dollars worth of fines. The shale gas industry, they say, well, we're not going to tell you what we're putting down the hole. Not many people know what's coming back up out of the hole that goes into these big impoundments, and then they get put in trucks and then they go off somewhere, and not a lot of people know exactly where those waters are going.
The fracking that occurred, in the Morgantown Industrial Park, it was within a mile radius of the Morgantown Utility Board public water intake from the river. It was that close. It was less than a mile, and that's what got the people all in an uproar. They were scared.
Coal power plants are being shut down. It's getting hard to license a coal plant. It's getting hard to operate mines under increasingly stringent Clean Water Act standards. And a lot of those standards are based on things like sulfate, a not terribly toxic thing.
I can't say that it's not harming the environment. I just think that it's kind of like the oil boom. It's like the gas boom, and it's new, and a lot of things need to be monitored and regulations need to be worked out.
Now, the coal industry is subject to the Clean Water Act. So every coal mine out there has something called an NPDES permit. These become extremely expensive treatment propositions for the coal industry. The gas industry, on the other hand, basically puts its water in a truck and takes it off somewhere. In that sense, the well itself is not subject to the Clean Water Act, except that they're not allowed to, spill anything into the waters of the United States, but they don't actually have a permit per se to discharge water. And if you assume that that process is 100% efficient, then there's no leakage. So what we are concerned about is that there is some degree of leakage. To the extent that there's leakage, that leakage is going to wind up in our streams or our groundwater. The gas industry gave the Sierra Club a $26 million check to try to shut down coal-fired power plants. Michael Bloomberg gave the Sierra Club $50 million for the same program to shut down coal-fired power plants. I don't know what Bloomberg's intentions were, but the gas industry certainly wanted to open the market for gas-powered power generation.
And that's why I said we used to feel like it was job security. When we made this life decision for him to provide for our family and go this career route, he said, there's 30 years of coal left at Bailey. He could work there for a long, long time and make a steady earning providing for us.
So it's a competitive advantage for gas. If you look at the coal-fired power plant emissions, that's always going to be tougher on coal than it is on gas. So yes, a lot of EPA policies affect the competitiveness of coal relative to gas.
I don't want to be over dramatic, but when you break it down to the very base of who it affects, it's taking food out of babies' mouths, food off of the family dinner table because they don't have enough money.
We're in a very dynamic time now, and we're looking at trading off one energy source for another energy source, and we better do it with our eyes wide open.